Okay, great. Poof. Friends.
What are your intentions with my sister?
Want Candace.
You did it again, didn't you?
Netflix has so been on a roll as of late in regards to their hit shows and franchises that they bring out. Even in 2020, with the whole pandemic thing going on and their production schedules halted at times, they were able to release big things like Tiger King, Umbrella Academy Season 2, Bridgerton, and more. But in terms of franchises that many fans are looking forward to next, You might be one of the biggest ones. The suspense thriller shocked many in Season 2 with its plot and characters, and Season 3 is shaping up to be even more intense. So, given that, allow us to show you 9 things you didn't know about You Season 3. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 9. Season 3 confirmed yet? You has been renewed for a 3rd season consisting of 10 episodes. Netflix announced this on January 14, 2020. At first, the next installment was said to arrive in 2021, but didn't specify when. Considering delays caused by the pandemic, it's unclear if the season is still set to arrive this year. We'll just have to wait for confirmation on that part. Though it is possible depending on how quickly it takes to film episodes and get them touched up in post-production. The renewal announcement arrived weeks after Penn Badgley, who stars as lead Joe Goldberg, seemingly let the news slip in an interview with Entertainment Tonight. When asked about the development of Love's character, Badgley said, "Dare I say I think in the 3rd season," and as soon as he realized what he'd said, Badgley threw his head back and tried to backtrack by saying, "I literally know nothing about the 3rd season." When the interviewer pressed the star on whether more You would be coming to Netflix, Badgley squirmed. "Technically, I can't. I mean, like, unofficially." Later on, a teaser clip on Twitter showcasing that the show was indeed coming back was posted. So while a definitive date hasn't been set for its return, it is coming. Number 8. The Ones Who Return. Netflix confirmed that Penn Badgley and Victoria Pedretti, who was introduced in Season 2 as Joe and Love, are confirmed to reprise their roles in Season 3. You's co-creators Sarah Gamble, who's also the showrunner, and Greg Berlanti are returning as executive producers as well. And as for the dynamic between Joe and Love in Season 3, Gamble revealed on Us Weekly's Watch With Us podcast, he has a baby on the way, and Love has moved from that perfect girl that he's trying to win to the real girl, who's maybe not exactly what he's expected, to something much more like a wife. An interesting thing to say for sure. But also, because they're in a new phase due to their marriage and new baby, there's new faces that they'll be seeing. And as we all know from watching shows like this, the new cast always brings a new wrinkle to the proceedings. Number 7. The Ones Who Arrive. There have already been reveals as to some of the new characters we'll be seeing in You Season 3. As noted by one of Netflix's Twitter accounts, fresh blood joining You Season 3. Shalita Grant will play Sherry, a mom-fluencer who appears to be down to earth, but is actually a mean girl who only pretends to welcome Love into her social circle. Also joining the new season is Travis Van Winkle, who will play the wealthy Carrie, who invites Joe to his inner circle. Whether or not either new character will survive the season is anyone's guess. Deadline also reports that Scott Speedman of Animal Kingdom will have a recurring role. Speedman will play Matthew, a successful CEO, husband, and uncommunicative father, according to the outlet. He's reserved, at times mysterious, and has a tendency to be withdrawn, all of which masks a deep well of emotion underneath. Are you already getting ideas in your head as to how things might go down with these characters? Be careful, because not everything you read might play out how you think on the screen, especially with a show like You. Number 6. Even more character arrivals and returns. But wait, there have been more announcements in regards to characters both new and old. Saffron Burrows, who plays Love's mother, has been promoted to a series regular. This was reported in November 2020. Actors Tati Gabrielle, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and Dylan Arnold, Nashville, will also be regulars. Michaela McManus, Shannon Chan Kent, Ben Mel, Chris O'Shea, Christopher Sean, Brian Safi, Mackenzie Aston, Eilert Zurer, Jack Fisher, and Mauricio Lara will appear in recurring roles. Deadline announced that Crazy Ex-Girlfriend star Scott Michael Foster would appear in You's 3rd season as well. So this is going to be stacked in terms of who all will show up. But as in all things, the big question is, how will they connect to the main characters, who are apparently going to be going through their own issues in Season 3? Number 5. How Joe and Love see each other. One of the key things about You Season 2 is that Joe and Love each reveal to each other that they're kind of nuts and hurt people. Like, really nuts and hurt people. But as Joe's actor revealed in the interview before, there's a difference between them that can't be ignored. Love doesn't appear to be the same kind of person as Joe. She doesn't appear to be the same kind of predator. She doesn't appear to be the same kind of, you know. He wouldn't go into much more detail after he realized he said too much, but the implication is there. Joe thought he found his perfect match, and yet between their confessions and their new daughter, Joe is coming to see the different side of love. And love will likely see a different side of Joe as a result. This difference is important because it's going to guide how each side interacts with the other, and as this show has proven over its first 2 seasons, a key difference doesn't usually end in good things happening overall. Number 4. Parenthood. As noted earlier, Joe and Love have a new baby, and have moved to a new area to go and raise said baby, and that is a big plot point in Season 3. One of You's executive producers, Sarah Gamble, told Cosmopolitan UK, "I will say that we have an idea for Season 3 that is so exciting that people talk about it in the writer's room every day. So my fingers are crossed. I'll just say, I hope we get the chance to keep making the show." And speaking on Us Weekly's Watch With Us podcast, Gamble said, "I think the very best thing inside of Joe is his desire to protect innocent young people. That's so sincere. It's obvious that he doesn't have any ulterior motive beyond maybe just wanting another kid to have a better childhood than he did." She continued, "I mean, the argument can be made that he saved both Paco and Ellie, but the argument can probably more strongly be made that he came into their lives and destroyed them." And parenthood will also play out in another form, as a certain parental figure will be featured much more in Season 3. Number 3. Love's mom. Love's mom, who was brought into Season 2 along with Love, will be a full-time character in Season 3. And Sarah Gamble teased that there could be a lot from Mother Dearest that's explored. The stakes are pretty high. I have so many questions about Love's mother, who's incredibly in the picture at the end of the season, like how much she really knows about her children, Gamble told EW. "We wrote the finale hoping that we'll get the opportunity to tell more story because we're really excited with the seeds planted at the end of Season 2. So they're teasing a big play and story with Love, all the more reason to watch and see how it all plays out." Number 2. Holes in Joe's life. Joe very much is not your typical kind of killer, as basically he's longing for things he never got to have. Speaking with Entertainment Tonight, Badgley responded to questions about whether Joe will kill again by saying, "Joe is looking for something that he can't. I think Joe is looking for that which was taken from him as a child." Although Joe's move to the suburbs and commitment to raising his child with Love is perhaps a step in the right direction, his fixation on the neighbor at the end of Season 2 makes it safe to assume that Joe hasn't quite found what he's looking for yet. Number 1. The neighbor. Joe has already got a big problem going on in his mind, in that the new neighbor that resides next to Joe and Love's house is someone that Joe is now fixated on. That's actually how Season 2 ends. This mystery neighbor is tanning as Joe watches from a crack in the fence. Joe even states that, "This is where I had to be to meet you." But who is this mysterious neighbor? Why is Joe already fixed on her? What destiny could he have with her, and how will this new obsession affect everyone else? So many questions, so few answers. For now. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at You Season 3 and all the things that are likely to go down in it, and the new faces you're destined to see? Which of these elements do you feel are going to be the most compelling part of You in its 3rd season? Which new characters that we've outlined do you think will have the biggest impact on the show as a whole? What twists do you expect to see in the next season? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.